I just got 3 people to quit their jobs and become full-time traders taking an FTMO challenge. And what I'm going to do as somebody who's been trading full-time for 8 years and never taken a challenge like this for a prop firm, I'm going to help them pass it and I'm going to take them along with it. Now, this is obviously going to be very difficult because FTMO, I believe, has a 3% success rating, and the rules that seem to go along with it are very, very stringent. Now, I have heard some very bad things about prop firms. I've heard some very good things. What we're going to do in this video is explain to you what a prop firm is, why you might want to trade with them, explain what I'm going to be doing with this FTMO challenge, what the guidelines are, and what my targets are. Every single Saturday, I will be releasing a video that will be coming out on the update of my FTMO challenge, how it's going, what are some things that I'm running into that are complications, what are some things that I really like, and I want to use this as a way to document my trading with you guys, show you if you don't have a lot of money to get started, what are some of the easiest ways that you can explore funding, and ultimately, I think it's just going to be a really fun experiment, and then once we get funded for the $100,000, it's going to be great because we're going to be able to track it and have fun, and I'll just share it here on this channel with you. If you guys want to follow along with every single one of the trades that I will be taking in this challenge, you can go to our Discord community, you can sign up for our premium role completely for free, and you will get access to all of it. But the goal is to build up consistency, profit, obviously, and to build up your portfolio and capital by using our trades. So therefore, our services are completely free for the rest of your life. That is the goal. And if you want to follow along with this challenge, all of the trades will be dropped there in real time. This one of the things that I have not actually felt in a while is what it's like to not have a ton of capital to work with. And obviously that is a great problem to have. But as somebody who is an educator and has thousands of students within our Discord community, I have to make sure that the content and the trading strategies that I'm giving you guys are applicable to anybody, not just people with a ton of capital laying around. And so I've been thinking to myself over the past couple of weeks, what's the better way to do this? Should I take $5,000 in options and should I try to grow a small account? Or should I be focusing on maybe trying to pass a prop trading firm challenge and then getting funded that way? The honest fact is that if you are somebody who does not have a lot of capital, you are going to have to take so much risk and have so many limitations set on you. It's going to be really hard. And as we get into the FTMO challenge and I explain exactly what it is, you guys are going to see that even with this, there's some bullshit that's honestly a part of it. I'm not even going to lie to you. A lot of these companies make their money by you taking the test and failing. Now let's talk about what a prop firm is. For a lot of people, it's very hard to just start out with $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 and start trading and make it a career. So there are prop firms out there. Think of it like a bank where if you apply and you pass their tests and their criteria, they will loan you money with requirements, obviously, specifically to trade with. And if you become a funded trader, you will get whatever money you apply for. In this case, for me, it's going to be $100,000, and I will get to keep 80% of my profits, and 20% will go to FTMO. As you become a better trader in the eyes of whatever prop firm that you're working with, you can always ask for a better takeaway, maybe 85% or 90%. You could always ask for more capital. There are a lot of pros and cons to a prop firm. We're going to get into that a little bit later within the video. Obviously, this sounds amazing. You can just take a test, get $100,000 and start trading. But you have to understand, and this is the reality of it, all of these prop firms make money not by having amazing traders that they're taking a cut off of. These companies predominantly make money by people applying to take the test, which costs money, and then you failing, because there's a 97% chance that you're going to fail. And to be quite honest, most of the time, if you are a top 1% trader who would actually trade for this company and make them a ton of money, you're either working in investment banking or you're somebody like myself who would rather trade their own capital because there's less restrictions, which we're going to talk about when we go over the rules. So basically, there's 3 steps to the evaluation process. Number 1 is the FTMO challenge, which is what I'm a part of, and I'm going to show you guys in this video. The second is a verification process. And the third is when you actually become a quote FTMO trader. Now, when it comes to passing the test, there are a lot of different things that you can trade. The first thing we're going to do is look up our currency, which is going to be USD. And then we're going to decide if we want a normal or aggressive setup. Now, I did a normal setup because I'm going to be trading predominantly shares. The main difference is if you pick aggressive, you are going to have a much wider stop loss, and you're also going to have a higher profit level from what I believe. You're going to have to make much higher profits. So if you look right now with my setup, I ended up doing the normal $100,000 balance. You're going to see here that I'm going to have a maximum daily loss of 5 grand, which would be 5%. And then the maximum loss is 10% or $10,000. Whereas if I picked, for instance, the $100,000 aggressive setup, then I would have a maximum daily loss of $10,000 or 10% and a maximum loss of $20,000 or 20%. Now, this also means that our profit target would be a 20% return or $20,000. And instead, my profit target is only 10% or $10,000. Now, the reason that I picked the non-aggressive one is because I personally do not plan to full send the account from the very beginning. When we go over the actual strategy that I'm going to use, specifically a risk management strategy, you're going to understand that what I want to do here is to have as little downside as possible and to start ahead with hopefully a couple of quick wins. Now, if I end up going past my daily loss or my maximum loss, I will fail the challenge and they will keep the money. In this instance, it's about $630 US. But if I pass this first part, then I will go on to the verification process and then from there become an actual verified FTMO trader. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, if there is a 97% chance of failure, why the hell would I do this? In order to understand why I actually think that doing this is great for most traders who have been trading for less than 2 years, I'm going to have to get a little bit more in depth on the restrictions that you as a small-time trader have. Number one is that if you're trading a cash account and you're predominantly trading options, you are only going to have a specific amount of capital every single day to trade with, which means you're not going to be able to get in and out of positions as much as you want, to downsize your risk, to scalp for solid profits, and to overall just take better trades. Back in the day when I used to have a cash account, I did really well, but the problem was I would hold on to positions way too long, trying to milk more profit out because I knew that if I sold, I wouldn't be able to re-enter the position until the next day because my cash would have to settle. And then the problem with having a margin account that's less than $25,000 is you cannot day trade. And yeah, I understand for a lot of people, you might not want to day. But in my opinion, the fact that you can day trade all you want with over $25,000 doesn't mean that I'm sitting there scalping all day. It's more so means that I can actually use proper risk management because I can close a position within the same day. Let's just say that I were to enter a swing on SPY, my stop loss is hit within the day, but I didn't plan on it happening for another couple of days. I can't sell. I have to hold on to the position because I'm stuck under a PDT regulation. And so I thought to myself, what is actually probably better for somebody? To take a prop firm challenge, put the couple $100 up, and then pretend and pass this challenge they have $100,000. And then obviously if they fail, you lose the $500-$600. But to be quite honest, in my opinion, I would rather do that than take $500 or $600 that I have and try to get into some options that expire in a week and blow the account up. I think that for 90% of people, your goal should be, if you're doing a prop firm challenge, not passing, but just not burning your own money to learn how to trade. Even if we were to pull this down to $50,000, you're only looking at about $400. And the thing with FTMO is that this used to have a time limit. So you used to have to hit your profit target within a month or 2 months. And what they've done since then is gotten rid of the time limit, which is very good. So now it could take you a couple of months. It means that you don't have to be in a rush to try to force trades and over leverage yourself. So even if you were to go and fail the verification, I would rather lose $400 doing this than just burning it away in some weekly option. And the best part is you get to learn how to actually manage a bigger size portfolio. So now we're going to actually go over the rules and some just bullshit things about this FTMO challenge. Because as I said before, they want you to fail. They want to keep the money, and I understand it. But there are some things that I, as an educator and I guess an influencer, have to be honest about. I have no affiliation with this company at all. I'm doing this entirely on my own and just being honest about my experience. Now, I've looked into a lot of other funded accounts, like Funded Trader and a couple of other ones. And to be quite honest, they all have terrible, terrible, terrible reviews. And FTMO does seem to be the most reputable. So the main rules, as we said earlier, are basically do not hit your account loss, do not hit your daily loss. And the goal is obviously the account challenge is over once we hit a 10% profit. Now, as I signed up and I started out here, I'm going to be honest, it's pretty shit. I use a software called MetaTrader 5, which supposedly everybody loves, but honestly, for me, it's kind of a headache in the very beginning right now. As well, their client portal area is a little wonky. It says for some reason that I've only taken 4 trades, yet I know I've taken more than that because I was testing what the spreads were like. And it says that I'm only up $64, yet for some reason here you can see I'm up $198.85. So I don't understand. My last trade was taken a couple of hours ago, so it should have populated all this data. A thing that I didn't know off the bat is that you get a violation if you buy a stock and sell it within 2 minutes. Anything. If you buy any sort of crypto, Forex, whatever, if you hold it less than 2 minutes, that could potentially be a violation, which I already have. But whatever. I ended up entering a position, it tagged my stop loss, and we'll see if I end up violating or whatnot. And then another time I was trying to see how bad the spread was, so I was getting in and out of positions, and I think I violated there as well. So it seems like we cannot hold anything less than 2 minutes. Now let's actually talk about the spread, which is atrocious. Listen, I don't trade crypto, I don't trade Forex. I try to stay in my lane and trade nothing but the US stock. So I don't know if these spreads are really that terrible. If you're a crypto trader, please let me know. But we have a $12 spread on Bitcoin with no commissions, which is pretty good. Ethereum is $1.70, Litecoin is 16 cents. And so you do have to understand that if you are specifically day trading, which is a lot of what I do, day trading crypto on a 1 minute chart is probably not worth it. Now, the spreads for some other things are really not that bad, but that also brings us to another problem. You can only trade a specific amount of tickers, which really is going to end up hurting me. Now, luckily, they got rid of the time limit, which we were talking about before, and instead, it's just until you hit that 10% profit target, which is great. I would have to force a lot of trades and take on too much risk if the only tickers I was able to trade were these stocks. The other thing too is that this MetaTrader 5 thing is just so bad. Whatever, I understand some people probably love this, but for me, it's just crap. And the thing too is you can't really set limit orders. You can, but at the end of the day, it's not going to allow me to actually set a limit order here. I would have to set a limit order down $12 where that spread is in order to get in. Now, from what I understand, the spreads on MetaTrader 5 and specifically FTMO are not that bad. I've read some really bad things about some shystier companies out there where their spreads are so trash that it is purposefully made to just kill your account and make you fail the challenge. Now, something else I wanted to touch base on is the fact that when you're purchasing positions, it is not going to average your position out. And I realized this the hard way. First of all, I'm not going to do this now because I don't want to violate this account. But if I were to go and buy Bitcoin right now at 29,787, and then it were to drop and I wanted to average down again, if I were to purchase another Bitcoin, instead of taking both of those orders and averaging them out and making them one order for 2 Bitcoin at an average of whatever our price would be, MetaTrader just keeps them as separate trades. So it's not the end of the world, but it really messes with your stats once you're looking at your client area because you can't really use this to layer buy, especially if you want your client area to look good. Now, I don't know if a company like FTMO wants to see good stats based upon their requirements, or if they just want to see that you're hitting that 10% profit without YOLOing the account. So my goal for this account is going to mainly be day trading. The reason for this is since there's so much volatility in the market, I don't believe that I should be swinging anything here. And what I want to do is take the next couple of months to do this, document it, share it with you guys, and see, number one, if I pass, and number two, what type of bullshit is in this so you don't waste your hard-earned money. I hope that this video helped, guys. Thanks for all of the support. If you want to follow along, hit the subscribe button and join our Discord. It's completely free, and if you do want access to all the trades, you can upgrade for 1 month for free to get access to all of them. Thanks for all the support, guys. I'll see you next time. Peace.